On behalf of everyone at the Vancouver Police Department, I want to extend my sincere condolences to the victims, their families, and loved ones, and to everyone who has been impacted by this senseless, heartbreaking act of violence. This is the darkest day in our city's history. Last night, as thousands of members of Vancouver's Filipino community gathered for an important cultural celebration, the actions of a single person shattered our collective sense of safety. It is impossible to overstate how many lives have been impacted forever by this lone individual. There are many unanswered questions about why this horrific crime happened, the motive of the person who did it, and whether anything could have been done to prevent it. There are many things we still don't know, but we are working hard to get all of the answers. Here's what I'm able to share with you this morning. Shortly after 8 last night, Saturday, April 26th, a man driving a black Audi SUV drove into a large crowd of people at the Lapu-Lapu Street Festival in South Vancouver. This festival, which is a celebration of Filipino community and culture, had been taking place all day in and around the grounds of a school located at 41st and Fraser Street. It was expected that tens of thousands of people would attend throughout the day. Although it was scheduled to wrap up at 8 p.m., there were still many people in the area when the incident occurred. The vehicle that struck festival goers approached the festival area from the west on East 43rd Avenue. It entered a small crowd enclosed area and drove through the crowd. There were hundreds of festival goers still on the street, and multiple people were struck by the vehicle. There are now 11 confirmed fatalities. We believe dozens more are injured, some seriously, and the number of dead could rise in the coming days or weeks. The most critically injured were transported by ambulance to 9 different hospitals throughout Metro Vancouver, and we want to extend our profound gratitude to all of the medical professionals who have worked throughout the night to care for the victims. The driver of the vehicle was the lone occupant, and he was arrested at the crime scene by members of the Vancouver Police Department after bystanders and witnesses intervened to detain him. He remains in custody. While I'm not prepared to speak about the potential motive, I can now say with confidence that the evidence in this case does not lead us to believe this was an act of terrorism. I can also tell you that the person we have in custody does have a significant history of interactions with police and healthcare professionals related to mental health. I am unable to publicly identify the person who is in custody because charges have not yet been laid. Homicide investigators are currently presenting evidence to Crown Counsel, which is the independent authority in British Columbia to lay criminal charges. We will provide additional information once the charge approval process is complete. More than 100 Vancouver police officers are currently working on this case. They have been providing comfort to the injured, interviewing eyewitnesses, and collecting key pieces of evidence from throughout the crime scene. We will continue to dedicate every available resource at our disposal to complete this investigation and to support the community as it grieves. It is hard to make sense of something so senseless, and I know there are questions about whether this tragedy could have been prevented. The Vancouver Police Department worked with the City of Vancouver to conduct a risk assessment prior to the Lapu-Lapu Festival. The majority of activities associated with the festival were taking place on the grounds of a high school, which is not directly accessible via public roadway. The only public roadway that required partial closure was on a minor street behind the high school, and this area was designated for food trucks. and there were no known threats to the event or to the Filipino community. We review over 3,200 events every year and assess the risks with city partners. This event was no exception. We determined through consultations with the City of Vancouver and festival organizers that dedicated police officers and heavy vehicle barricades would not be deployed at the festival site. While I'm confident the joint risk assessment and public safety plan was sound, we will be working with our partners at the City of Vancouver to review all of the circumstances surrounding the planning of this event. Today, our focus must be on the victims and their families, the community and our city, and the ongoing criminal investigation. In closing, I want to thank all of the emergency responders, including BC Ambulance Service, Vancouver Fire Rescue, all of the healthcare professionals throughout the region, our external policing partners and the RCMP, and BC Coroner Service. I want to offer my condolences to everyone impacted by these tragic circumstances. We are grieving with you. We're with you. A 24-hour assistance center has been established at the Douglas Park Community Center at 801 West 22nd Avenue in Vancouver. Police officers and victim service professionals have been deployed to help anyone and all who have been impacted, and we offer that you contact a loved one who is at the festival if they need assistance. If you're not able to attend in person, please call 604-717-3321 and Victim Liaison Officer. I want to acknowledge everyone in the Vancouver Police Department who serve our community. Thank you, and I'll now take some questions.